You're standing in the pet food aisle, staring at shelves packed with labels that all claim to be complete, premium, natural, or vet approved. You scroll through forums online, and one post says raw food saved their cat's life, while another swears by home-cooked meals. Meanwhile, your neighbor says dry kibble is perfectly fine and their cat lived to 22. So which one is actually best? Raw, cooked, dry? The truth is, there isn't a one-size-fits-all answer. What's best depends on your cat's health, your budget, your lifestyle, and your willingness to commit to nutritional precision. But here's what you can do. Understand the real differences between raw, cooked, and dry food. The pros, the risks, the myths, the facts. Because once you understand how each one works inside your cat's body, you'll stop guessing and start making decisions that actually support their long-term health. Let's start with raw food. Raw feeding has become popular, especially among cat owners who want to mimic a natural, feline diet. The logic goes like this. In the wild, cats don't eat cooked meals. They hunt, they kill, they consume raw flesh, organs, and bones. So why would we feed them dry pellets or canned stew? And there's some truth in that. Cats are obligate carnivores. Their bodies are built for digesting meat, not grains, not fillers, and definitely not artificial additives. Raw food, done right, offers pure protein, active enzymes, and a moisture content that matches what cats would get from whole prey. But there's a catch. Done right is harder than it sounds. Feeding raw food isn't about tossing your cat a chicken wing or a chunk of ground beef. A balanced raw diet needs precise ratios of muscle meat, organ meat, bone, and supplements. If you miss even one critical nutrient, like taurine, calcium, or vitamin A, your cat can suffer serious health problems. Not in a week, but over time. It's like building a house and forgetting the nails. It looks okay at first, but eventually, it collapses. There's also the issue of pathogens. Raw meat can carry bacteria like Salmonella or E. coli. Cats have acidic stomachs and are generally more resistant than humans, but they're not immune. And even if your cat handles it well, there's still risk for you, in food prep, in the bowl, and in the litter box. That doesn't mean raw feeding is dangerous. But it's not something to do casually. It takes research, planning, safe handling, and ideally, guidance from a vet or feline nutritionist. Now, let's look at cooked food, often considered the middle ground. Home-cooked meals give you control over ingredients, texture, and preparation. You can avoid fillers, skip preservatives, and customize the recipe to match your cat's needs. For cats with food sensitivities or allergies, this can be life-changing. But just like raw diets, cooked meals need to be balanced. Cooking destroys certain nutrients. That means you'll need to reintroduce those nutrients through supplementation. You can't just feed chicken and rice and call it done. That might be blandly healthy for humans, but for a cat, it's completely inadequate. They need calcium. They need taurine. They need specific ratios of phosphorus to calcium and other trace elements that don't come naturally from basic kitchen ingredients. The upside? Cooking removes most bacteria, which makes it safer than raw, especially in multi-cat households or homes with immunocompromised people. The downside? Time, effort, and the need to stay consistent. If you switch ingredients on a whim or forget to add the supplement powder one week, your cat might not show symptoms immediately, but long-term imbalances can slowly affect their kidneys, bones, and immune system. Still, if done carefully, cooked food can offer a fresh, wholesome alternative to commercial options, especially when you're working with a vet to tailor it to your cat's needs. Now let's talk about dry food, the most common, the most convenient, and often the most misunderstood. Dry kibble is everywhere. It's cheap, shelf-stable, and easy to measure. You can leave it out all day without worrying about spoilage. And yes, some cats love it. But nutritionally, dry food has limits. For one, it's extremely low in moisture. That matters because cats have a low thirst drive. In the wild, they get most of their hydration from prey, not from water bowls. When you feed a cat only dry food, you're counting on them to drink enough on their own. Most don't. That leads to chronically low hydration, which over time, stresses the kidneys and urinary tract. Then there's the issue of carbs. Many dry foods are high in carbohydrates, Not because cats need them, but because carbs are cheap and help the kibble hold its shape. Cats don't process carbs well. They lack enzymes like amylase in their saliva. That's why diets high in starch can contribute to obesity, insulin resistance, and even diabetes. It's not that dry food is evil. There are high-quality dry foods out there, with better ingredients and lower carb profiles. But the convenience often comes at a cost: less protein, less moisture, and more fillers. There's also a common myth that dry food keeps your cat's teeth clean. The idea is that the crunch scrapes away plaque. But in reality, cats don't chew the way humans do. They often swallow kibble whole. And the starch in kibble can actually feed bacteria in the mouth, contributing to plaque instead of reducing it. So where does that leave us? Raw food offers species-appropriate nutrition but requires strict preparation and oversight. Cooked food provides safety and control but demands consistency and knowledge. Dry food is convenient and affordable but often lacks hydration and can be carb-heavy. Which one is best? That depends on your cat and on you. If you have the time, the interest, and the guidance to prepare a balanced raw or cooked diet, you can absolutely do that safely. You'll need to follow recipes that are formulated by experts, not just random blogs or social media posts. And you'll have to commit to consistency, because guesswork isn't enough when you're feeding a species with such specific nutritional needs. If raw makes you uncomfortable or you don't have time for cooking, high-quality commercial wet food can be a good compromise. It's more hydrating than dry, and many options now offer grain-free, limited ingredient, or even veterinary-formulated blends that meet your cat's needs without added stress on you. And if you're using dry food because it fits your budget, that's okay too, but consider balancing it out. Add wet food to the mix. Use toppers that boost moisture and protein. And most importantly, encourage your cat to drink more water. Pet fountains, broth, or even ice cubes in the bowl can help boost hydration. One other thing worth mentioning: no matter what you feed, routine health monitoring is key. Cats hide symptoms until illness is advanced. If you're feeding raw, cooked, or any non-commercial diet, regular vet checkups become even more important. Blood work, weight checks, and urine tests can catch imbalances before they become emergencies. And if your cat already has health issues, like kidney disease, diabetes, or food allergies, work with your vet before making major changes. What works for one cat could be dangerous for another. Sometimes, people approach cat food like it's politics. You're either in one camp or another. But the best approach isn't picking sides. It's staying flexible, informed, and responsive. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. It's tuning in to how your cat is doing, energy levels, coat quality, bathroom habits, appetite, and making choices based on real observations, not trends. Because the best food isn't the one that gets the most hype. It's the one your cat thrives on. That might be raw. That might be a premium wet food. It might be a combination that evolves over time. What matters is that it's balanced, appropriate for their age and health, and that you're not relying on guesswork to feed a species with such complex nutritional needs. So next time you stand in that pet food aisle, don't let marketing decide for you. Think about hydration. Think about digestibility. Think about what your cat needs from you, not just what's easy, or popular, or trendy. If this helped you see your cat's food through a clearer lens, subscribe. There's more to uncover, and the better you understand what fuels your cat's body, the better chance you have at giving them a longer, healthier life.